This week's videos are sponsored by an app that I've been using since before we even partnered with them, and that app is Rocket Money. More on them after the reaction, people.
Citizens of the realm of rejects, we are here. We have made it to the finale of Season 2. G, are you excited?
Dude, I rewatched all of Game of Thrones and read House of the Dragon this week.
Excellent. So you already are way ahead of this. Well, you're going to be filling us in with all the juiciest Easter eggs and breakdowns after this. Leave a like on the video. Also, big thanks to the folks over at Prepper for slicing these highlights down like a knight of the realm. We appreciate their help mightily as well. The mighty ones who have joined us in the Reject Keep over at patreon.com/therealrejects. Syncing up with their own copies, watching the whole House of the Dragon experience, seeing everything that doesn't make these reaction highlights. That could be you. Come over. We got stuff streaming over there with reaction highlights and watch-alongs for other stuff you don't even know about. Teas, like specifically these, are available at rejectnationshop.com.
And we just launched a new shirt.
Oh?
I call it Robert Do Me Jr., but we can't say that on the thing because we'll get in trouble.
Of course not. It's in the style of excellent. Get ready to hot diggity drag it up. Let's do this thing.
Nice.
Yeah. This is my dragon dance. Oh, look at him. Look at him go. Oh, there's so many more dragons on this version of the tapestry. They're just taking over.
I bet they made this with AI.
Shut up. Don't take this away from me.
It's fine if they did. Sure, it still takes a lot of work.
They fed a lot of actual tapestries into the machine.
Oh, we're off. Music cue letting us know we're off. Apparently a half hour of this leaked on TikTok.
Oh, good. That's where I want to watch House of the Dragon. I tell you what.
I could not produce such a coin, even if I wanted to.
Again, you plead poverty. It is hollow stuff from the mouth of a Lannister.
Yeah, dude.
Whose very stables and sculleries are carved into a mountain of gold.
And that whole thing about always paying your debts.
Break the blockade, and it will benefit you.
We sell where we please, blockade or no.
That's a hell of a voice. Damn.
It is, yeah.
It seems you need us more than we need you.
Is there a first time in Essos in House of the Dragon?
I feel like it is. Contrast to the tropics is so strong.
Do us the stepstones, smattering of rocks, hardly a sacrifice to the lords of Westeros.
Woof.
Those rocks have been disputed for a generation.
They're not giving them up.
The waylaid ships, taken slaves, cargo.
Give them to us outright if you prevail, and all that will cease.
Will it?
We will impose a simple tax on those passing through. Recoup the losses we took fighting the Velaryon hordes.
Extortion. You will drive up the price of basic goods.
It is better than starving.
Oh, God. Of course, always.
Dude, Lannister, you are losing this so bad.
Sailing at your command, they would break the blockade and hold the passage.
Prince Regent may have me hanged for this.
With the armada we send now, you can topple the Prince Regent and sit the Iron Throne yourself.
Oh, yeah,
sure.
Please.
He had,
Oh, my God.
had the same reaction as him. Yeah, sure, okay.
I love this.
The commander of our fleet must agree to go with you. His name is Lohar. The sailors are fiercely loyal to him. If he does not lead them, they will not fight.
Lohar is going to be a very important character, I think.
already researched it.
Yeah.
Let us meet this commander then.
He's so out of place.
Admiral Lohar, this
Damn,
is
he just
Tyland
knew when to make an
Lannister
entrance.
of Casterly Rock.
Oh.
Hello.
Well met, Lord Tywin.
It's Tyland.
There's a romance form between them?
What sort of man are you?
Beg your pardon?
Man.
A poet? A philosopher?
I am the master of ships at King's Landing.
You're thin.
But also tall.
You're the Slender Man.
I will not sail with a man who cannot me.
Let's go. Challenge accepted.
Damn.
I have brought more soldiers than you.
At what?
At what? What do you think?
Oh.
The snarl of the dragon going in sync
right
with
to
her
the dragon.
smile.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Oh, man. I gotta bring this ride to Universal Studios Hollywood.
There's always something so sexual about him, right?
I know, he's always like got his lips slightly parted, and he's always looking with that like dewy-eyed squint. He's got a lust in his eye.
Some rum wouldn't go amiss.
Your Grace.
The rum is gone.
Just a little.
Why is the rum always gone?
You're a good man, oh well.
Truly, one of the few.
A word, Your Grace.
Seems like barely anyone checks in on him.
Yeah, it's just these two.
I must ask you, Your Grace, to steel yourself. We must leave King's Landing quickly,
Oh, Jesus.
Your foot is looking well.
and we will not return for some time.
Oh, Jesus.
Damn.
The Pretender has found 3 new riders for her dragons.
That's impossible.
The Pretender. Ugh.
Your brother thought the same. He flew to challenge her and was rebuffed. Fled in terror, from what I hear.
Oh, that's a bad reputation to have.
Be that as it may, he has gone in fury to Sharp Point and laid waste to the whole of the town.
What a prick.
She really did it then.
I fear so.
So what was the point in all this then?
Yeah.
You can see the urgency.
No, I am the king. Why must I run?
Why, there's a lot of reasons.
Because the Prince Regent is going to kill you.
Yeah.
You were in danger before, and now he is thwarted and he is angry. There's no telling what he will do, but we have an opportunity while he is
An
away.
opportunity to push him out. Take me to my throne.
Oh my.
And once he returns, I shall take him prisoner.
Oh, man, he's fighting back.
When Rhaenyra descends on you with her 7 dragons and you without Vhagar, what then?
Yeah, boy.
Great point.
Oh, kiddo. He's so good.
You feel bad for him?
Well, his nuances are great.
Not a great guy.
His performance nuances are great.
Moved the greater part of Harrenhal's gold reserves to the Iron Bank in Bravos. We can live well and remain until what is coming has passed. It's best to live, I think, however you do it.
Is it? My dragon is dead. I am burnt and disgusting. And alone. And I'm a cripple.
You got Orwyn.
You're not alone.
My cook is destroyed. Did they tell you that?
Oh, that's the worst.
It burst in the flames like a sausage on a spit.
Now I feel bad for him.
Is that scientifically what would happen?
Let your brother and the Pretender destroy themselves in blood. When they are spent, we will return, and the people will rise up to meet us.
I can't even without it running down my leg.
They will be tired of endless deprivation.
We can build you an apparatus.
They will hail the returning king,
He has no reason to live.
Aegon the Victorious, risen from the ashes.
That's all you'll have, though.
Aegon the realm's delight.
Whoa.
Okay, sure. Wherever gets you going.
That's my favorite dessert.
That was a really great scene. Trying to find ways to motivate him when he lacks self-motivation. Doesn't really have a why to keep going.
Oh.
It's a visual way of telling us she's thirsty, John.
Yes. Oh, interesting subtext.
I'm moody.
I don't want it, but I really want it.
Moody, unblinking Jace.
What are you doing here?
Yes.
Remove your feet from the table.
Oh my god, they have really made themselves at home.
I'd rather not. Ulf.
It's not up to you, Ulf.
Who's it up to then, boy?
Don't
Oh, dude.
He is the prince, Ulf. Prince Jacaerys Velaryon.
Prince Jacaerys Velaryon, right here. Who'd have thought it?
Oh my god.
I'll have an apology from you.
The young prince!
Wow.
Look at that hair.
Dude, what are you doing, Ulf?
As dark as they say.
Oh, dude. Oh, god. He's talking right about his hair.
Let them tell us we don't have Targaryen blood, eh?
My mother is the queen.
Dragon riders both. You and I, cut from the same cloth.
We're both bastards, bro.
It is a sacred inheritance of which you know nothing.
Forgive him, my prince. He's not much used to the manners of court.
Or any manners at all, I'd say. Do you know what has happened this last hour?
Oh boy.
The so-called Prince Regent has burned Sharp Point down to its stones. Thousands of its folk, dead or lost, its harbour in ashes.
Yeah, you better start taking shit seriously, Ulf.
Will you prepare to face such an enemy?
That's your whole job.
Or will you stay here and make yourself easy? If you hinder our efforts through sloth or unreadiness, I will see you hanged and your
Damn,
body fed to
Jace.
the dogs in the street.
Damn, Jace.
Boy.
I meant no disrespect, my prince.
A way to put him in place.
Absolutely.
Goddamn. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'd be scared of him. Right then. Where'd it go, man?
The new riders are a boon to us. Now the deed is done, I cannot erase my doubts. We know little of who they are and what is the strength of their character. Adam of Hull, at least, is known to you.
Only a little.
He's a shipwright in my employ, and it is reported to me that he is a man of integrity.
It's definitely not mine.
It's not my son.
You now have a great advantage. You must strike quickly, while the Prince Regent mulls his next action.
Yeah, man.
I had hoped my advantage may be in deterrence. Vhagar has ever been our foremost threat, and she is now overmatched.
Vhagar is not his only dragon.
The Sad Brother is untested. He's never left Old Town. And his dragon is younger than Vermax.
Damn, they've been building up this third brother so much.
Yeah.
And you forget another.
Helena. She does not ride.
She may yet be compelled.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And her dragon.
Dreamfire. Hatched when the Conqueror was king.
Wow.
Cheapers.
When the Conqueror was king.
Aemond thought himself invincible. He has now discovered he is not.
Heh.
He'll be angry, desperate.
Could be your downfall.
He will not stop at Burning Sharp Point, and he will not be denied.
You speak truly. I wish it was not so.
Same.
How goes the sea snake?
Better than you.
The ship of Theseus.
Let our foes beware, be they Lannister or Greyjoy.
They've been building up the sea snake too every episode.
My ship is no longer the Sea Snake. She was a testament to my own glory. I've given her a new name.
What?
Sea serpent.
Queen who never was.
Oh.
Way to name it after.
What I do now, I do for her.
My man.
You are ready. You have 6 dragons under your banner. My ships sail at your command, and my men serve you.
Let's cook this fool.
I can't wait for season 3.
All the battles that we won't get till the end.
There is, of course, another player that is yet to be revealed.
Daemon?
It seems the sheep on our land has been sold upriver. My vassals have sent a drove of swine instead.
Oh, good.
Dragons do eat pigs, I assume.
Cractus prefers them. How goes your master?
Hey! Things are looking up.
Sir Alfred Broom has come to see you.
Interesting.
I am
Oh,
sent
my
as
man.
an emissary from the Queen to ascertain your movements and your intentions.
Just in time to see my new army, Broom.
I know this has never felt so big.
It's very large.
Say that twice.
I was faithful to the king, your brother.
Yes.
I pledge my banners to Rhaenyra, his heir. I will never serve the usurpers or the whelps of Old Town.
Okay.
But there are battles to be fought. And in times like this...
Who said traitor?
Did you hear something?
Is it on the wind?
This place will have you barking at the moon.
While you have mustered an army,
Traitor.
Rhaenyra has faltered, turning aside from our judgment and taking a course I myself deem reckless.
Rhaenyra will chart her own course, for good or ill.
But you are a leader of men.
Are you?
If you declare yourself, your lords will follow you.
Oh, no.
I never took you for a turncloak, Sir Alfred.
Oh.
Let's go.
Rhaenyra's intentions are good, but what we need in this moment
Just some
is
balls.
a king.
King. Maybe that's why they call him a traitor.
I mean, yeah. Homegirl's just whispering little hints along the breeze. Oh, Simon Strong. Poor, poor man.
It appears that the Pretender sent boats to collect those among the small folk who believed they had any drop of Targaryen blood.
Deception and subterfuge. Put an end to this madness. Let no vessel come or go from our harbour without our inspection.
Excellent.
Hinder the work of the fishing boats. The people depend on them for sustenance.
They will need no sustenance if they are slaughtered by the enemy. We must all make our sacrifices.
Oh, he's got a little
this too.
smirk. Yeah.
We didn't order the blockade.
No, but we are the crowns, so they expect us to break it.
How do you feel about dragon riding?
I was happier before I was queen.
Aegon was happier before he was king.
What would you think about leaving this place?
Wow.
Yeah, man. Wayward sisters, let's go.
Where would I go?
The Prince Regent, your grace.
Helena, here you are, mother.
Mama.
The crown has need of your service.
Now.
Pretender has raised new riders against us, and we must answer in kind. I need you to fly with Dreamfire to battle.
Do not wish to fight.
Our wishes must take second place now to what is necessary to preserve the throne.
Wow, what a thing to thrust on her.
I won't burn anyone.
It isn't a question.
Jeez,
They have defiled our
dog.
birthright, made commoners into dragon lords. It is a sin and must be
No.
punished.
May I remind you, your sister is still the queen.
As you were once.
Oh.
The consequence of your weakness, we are in peril today more than yesterday.
Oh, Jesus, this is bad.
Woof.
You wish to rule the Seven Kingdoms, but you rain ruin and death upon its small folk when you've been insulted, because it makes you feel strong.
Ooh.
This is why you're necessary.
And now you seek to corrupt your sister, of all our line, the gentlest and most deserving of your protection.
Who will protect her if she cannot protect herself?
And who will she be if her mind is broken?
It is no longer our rule that is threatened. Our very lives, would you not have us prevail?
Not like this.
Oh, he's becoming a boy.
Not like this.
God damn, it's the most of a person I've seen out of him this whole show.
I love the trajectory of him being Prince Regent to going back into a boy towards the end of that conversation.
Yeah.
Talking to his mother.
I must again request your assistance. I need passage. in your discretion.
Man.
This guy's getting so much put on his plate.
I know, I feel for him. Hey, my man. Pining for you, even still.
Do you think nothing of your oath?
My dude.
Lord Commander.
I think of nothing else, my lord.
Steward's son from Dawn. Queen of the Seven Kingdoms.
Is it just about that? Or is it because her sister?
I could send you to the wall.
You could stay in the Hightower name for a generation. King's mother in his hand.
She is my sister.
Oh, boy.
She saved my life. Twice. Once from the headsman's axe and once from myself. Since then, she has been the beacon I follow.
She's a good woman.
I'm not hating him as much.
Do not think I have no shame in me, sir.
Yeah.
Desire for women has brought me grief after grief.
Then resist it.
Become an incel with me. A volcel.
Your brothers in the King's Guard find a way.
Do they?
Yeah, they're not strict about it.
Or perhaps all men are corrupt, and true honor is a mist.
True honor is a fleeting moment.
That is a bleak philosophy.
I have no philosophy.
Oof.
Or rather, my philosophy was this: to protect the righteous and dispense justice on the rest. But now, you saw what I saw.
Yeah.
The dragons dance, and men are like dust under their feet.
Ours.
That's why they're gods.
And all our fine thoughts, all our endeavors are as nothing.
You're the poet.
We march now toward our annihilation.
This man is so broken.
To die will be a kind of relief.
Wow.
Don't you think?
Oof.
I don't think he wants that.
I really like watching him. I've hated this character for so much time, but, like, he's so compelling to watch. You're not hard, man. It's okay. You still got grit.
Everyone almost witnessed an act of mutiny. They all just went right back to their business.
Yeah.
Ouch. Ow.
Oh. Ooh.
She's so barbaric. I love it.
Oh, damn. Sweeping the leg.
There you go. There you go.
Wow.
See, we can have men and women verse each other in sports.
Sure. Clearly.
You have impressed me, Lord Timon.
Hey.
King's Landing has sent a most doughty ambassador.
Yeah, I need to shower.
Tyland.
You will testify to the worth of the ambassador by agreeing to his most humble request.
I will most certainly consider it. After dinner.
Aw.
Have you ever eaten the flesh of your enemies?
Nope.
Whoa.
I have not, and I would not.
Oh my god.
So you reject the hospitality of my house?
Is she messing with him?
No, I think not.
I think she's messing with him.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
A jest, my lord. What do you take me for?
Man's grateful to be in the mud right now. Oh my god. Ow.
God, it looks like fun.
Yeah. Fun day on set.
It does not befit a prince to pout.
Oh.
That fits this one.
Yeah.
It's a good powder.
This is how my lips are.
You're angry.
Aren't you? They are an insult to us, to what makes us Targaryens. If any common lout can ride a dragon, then...
That does not make me common.
Oh.
Or you.
You know what I am.
I don't care. You are the crown prince, the son of the rightful queen. And here you are sulking because you believe that if not for the dragon or the trappings of your station that you are nothing. Do you believe that you are the first noble heir who was not sired by his noble father? Such is the way of the world, Jace. And in resenting it, you only diminish yourself.
Yeah. Can be part of your come up.
Get up and take your place by your mother's side.
Constantly proving himself.
All right. We all deserve someone like her in our corner.
My comely boys and...
It's a whole squid. Damn. Let's go the deep.
Afore you get some more, so grease the mast and send it up betwixt the wind and water. Salute the captain's daughter.
Hey! Tyra! She just keeps calling him different names. She is all of us.
You're a great puppet.
It's Tyland.
You have proven yourself most accommodating and more accomplished than one would think to look at you. I will be pleased to sail at your side.
Hell yeah.
And my captains with me.
We sail with Lord Typhon.
Lord Typhus.
To the gullet on the morrow! And let the sea snake rue the day we meet again.
Again?
Woof.
Oh, I like her.
Yeah, I like this isolated pocket.
The king will be well pleased. To friendship.
To friendship. Of course. Yeah. Whatever you say, bud.
I would have such a big headache after that fight, though.
Yeah.
It is late.
Before you go, Lord Tyland.
Oh,
respect.
you know.
Respect.
You have proven your worth and virility.
Oh, yeah,
Let's go.
Stamina.
I wish to have children by you.
Oh.
Wow, she is so forward.
You want me to?
Indeed.
Indeed.
I want you to be my wives.
Wow.
What a proposal.
How many words do you have?
Why do you say that with such apprehensiveness?
Death by snooze.
It's the
What could you
greatest
want in
offer
life?
ever.
Yeah.
To our new riders, the three of you are not of noble birth, but you have done a thing never dreamed of before now.
Dude, why are you at the head of the table?
I have entrusted you with a power only few have known, and I charge you to take it up with fealty and respect. Serve me well, and I will make you knights of the realm.
What do you think of that, boys? We'll be knights, just like that. What must we do?
I had thought the mere fact of you might stay the enemy's hand. But Lord Corlys is right. We must strike while we have the advantage and end this war. Learn your beasts and your commands.
Triangle, circle, circle, square, triangle.
Up, down, left, right.
Alone without allies, you will have no choice but to surrender.
You wish for us to kill innocents.
And so many.
It is hard, but it cannot be helped.
Can he at least evacuate his wife first?
Yeah.
We must break the will of our enemy, or more will die in a struggle that stretches on without end.
What about Vhagar?
She is fearsome, but she is one dragon. The Prince Regent cannot defend against all of us.
Oh, what's going to happen? Do you think Daemon's going to, go in there first?
I'll take him on myself. Silver Wings a go as she is. We're afraid of nothing, even if you are.
There will be time enough to see which one of us is a coward.
Oh.
I said more of these little birds.
Dude, man.
A knight will comport himself with grace at the Queen's table.
Best make me a knight then.
Wow, dog.
You forget yourself, friend.
Oh, he didn't mean that friendly.
Sense of humor do you all good.
The sad part is I'd be Ulf in this situation.
There is a message from Harrenhal, Your Grace.
Park life.
Rhaenyra, call me when you get the chance.
Daemon?
The Castellan, Sir Simon Strong. Daemon has raised his army.
Oh, no.
But Sir Simon fears treachery.
Yeah, that's what he fears.
Friggin' Daemon.
I will not allow it. Adam.
Oh, no.
Come with me.
Ooh. First assignment.
Specifically Adam.
Yeah, I don't think she wants Jace to go up against Daemon.
Birds.
Birds. He got his birds. We did it.
Oh, just have a dragon crash through his bedroom.
Snatch him right out of the sheets.
Do you never sleep, witch?
I'm going to the God's Wood.
Follow.
Whoa.
Whoa, creepy.
That's pretty cool. Heavy spoilers. Put it in the thumbnail so I can understand what it is.
When you came here, you were a closed fist. You wished to bend the world to your will.
Now you are a peace sign.
But you've discovered, I think, that this world will not be governed.
Not the way he wants it to be.
There are omens here for those who seek them.
Seek them. Let's go.
You do not scoff.
I'm no longer inclined to.
Cool.
Do you wish, then, to learn what is given to you?
Yes, please. I want to know why we're doing this.
8 episodes of this. Let's find it out.
All your life, you've sought to command your own fate.
Yeah, and?
But today you are ready.
Whoa. Jump.
Is he going to go into the tree?
Please, yes. Wow.
Jesus.
Wow.
Whoa.
Oh, Raven.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
everything.
Winter's coming. Oh. Whoa.
Wow.
Nice. Whoa.
Oh, my God.
Cool.
Is that who I think it is? Is Dany?
Mother of dragons.
Sweet sequence.
Yeah. Oh, and nice filters on the lens too with these torchlights. And finally in full form.
It's all a story.
Whoa.
Helena.
And you're but one part in it.
He can sway her to their cause.
You know your part. You know what you must do.
Whoa.
Gotta flip her, man.
Great editing.
Yeah,
That confused the hell out of me.
We share the same blood, you and I. I know you wish no harm to anyone.
Hey, sorry about earlier.
But in a time like this, when the good of the realm depends on us,
You know about the good of anything.
our mother is not a dragon rider. She cannot understand that you and I have a truer call to heed.
I feel like we never see them interact.
I know.
Come with me to Harrenhal.
Come with me to Harrenhal.
We will lay waste to Daemon and his army. Let our enemies see that we will answer outrage with outrage.
Are they all going to converge there?
And if I refuse, will you burn me as you did Aegon?
Yeah.
That is a lie.
I saw it. You burned him, and you let him fall.
Whoa, she is risking herself.
What you say is treason.
Aegon will be king again. He's yet to see victory. He sits on a wooden throne, and you...
Throne of bones.
A false throne.
You'll be dead. You were swallowed up in the god's eye, and you were never seen again.
Wow.
He knows her powers.
I could have you killed.
It wouldn't change anything.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I love her standing up for herself right now.
And with such poise.
Oh. She often comes across like a little too meek. And then to have that scene give her some more agency is great.
Yeah.
Wowza. I feel like Daemon's going to be a changed man.
Truly.
Oh, the mixture of the songs. So good.
Yeah,
We're
man.
good mix. Uncle husband.
This is the temporary dragon parking zone. It's the visitor spot. Oh,
what a
love
beautiful
these
shot.
wides, yeah.
I am the Castellan Sir Simon Strong, Your Grace. Welcome to Harrenhal, my queen. I did not think to see you here yourself.
Message gave me much concern.
Yes, I must admit I had reason to fear.
Damn, that is crazy that he would do that. God, I feel like Emma Darcy is just so f***ing good in this show. She is so cool.
No, yeah, she holds the whole thing together.
I love her so much. Them so
Them.
much. Excuse me.
It's all good. Don't try anything funny.
Wow, look at that distance.
Yeah,
What
right.
a great shot. You even make him out in the crowd. That's awesome.
Parting of the seas.
I miss you so much, baby.
I wasn't expecting you.
I see you have done well here.
They are sworn to me. And not a moment too soon.
Uh-huh.
And to whom are you sworn?
Wow. Calls him out right. Be loud.
Yep.
It's true.
Whoa.
It's going to last like an episode.
Yes.
Elenyusinyu kepo idra.
But what about this war right now?
Yeah.
Okay, but what?
The realm's only hope is a leader who can unite it, and my brother chose you.
Yes. So
I do too.
So ... God,
look at the detailing on
Good.
her lapels.
Yes,
Yeah, man. Bend that
yes.
knee. Bend the knee.
Gosh.
You are the true queen, Rhaenyra.
Oh.
First of her name, I am meant to serve you, and all of these with me.
Oh.
Until death or the end of our story.
Oh.
There we go.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, shit. Wish you didn't have that conversation earlier.
Oh, Sir Alfred.
Rhaenyra just shows up all bold by themselves.
Simon.
Got
Simon.
Have your head.
I'll spank the shit out of you.
For every one of us who falls, 100 of them, there will be no mercy. Fight for our queen.
Damn.
Nice, man.
I had a feeling the whole time he would eventually come back to her.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Sir Simon back here. Oh. It's been worth it for the long game of his arc, I feel like.
Him arcing into complete loyalty.
Yeah.
Clear path forward. Hello, definitely not my son.
Definitely not a potential heir to anything I might be in command of.
Gulls are flying low today. The weather will change. Sooner than late. I wish to set out on good terms with my first mate.
Oh boy.
But you are curt, silent, and the men find you distant.
You need to become a better communicator.
You cannot lead if you do not inspire.
I never asked to lead, as you well know.
Oh, man.
You have been given a position to which all who serve here aspire.
I just want you to be my dad.
I will endeavor to improve myself.
Yeah.
Start with a smile.
I am trying to help you.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Some truths are
You
going to
want to
come
help?
out. Yep. Okay. Some truths are going to come out.
Is this the help you offer after all these years? A reminder to be grateful.
Oh.
I mean no offense. You may go.
Oh, dude. Oh, no. Stand your ground.
Don't stand there, dude. Don't just stand there.
Do you know what it was like for us to grow up fatherless? To be sneered upon as bastards, never sure of the bread to feed us? Do you know what hunger does to a boy?
Oh, man.
What grief does?
Makes you hard.
You are dismissed.
I sold fish in the market from cold dawn until sunset.
Man, Corlys, you better face this shit.
And I watched the man beside me walk past with his son and heir, with fur around his shoulders, choosing sweetmeats.
Ouch.
And now that boy is dead, and his sister before him.
Whoa.
And the heir that took his place. And now you remember I live. Now you wish to suddenly to scatter the crumbs of your favor.
You needed to hear this.
I am an honorable man, and I will serve you because I must. But if it is all the same, I will decline any offers of help. If I survive this war, I will continue as I began, alone.
Wow.
Oh,
God.
I mean, the more in tune he gets with his emotions, the better he will be at leading. Great monologue, man. Did a great job.
He's a terrific performer.
I feel like they gave him that monologue before they started filming the season, and it was just like,
Building it up.
Let's build in you the entire season.
Yeah, this is your entire character flavor. God, the wardrobes this episode are nuts. Go get it.
Go.
Claim your birthright. Nice shot.
Don't tell Daemon about that little kiss we had.
Yeah.
The gods favor you. They put the means to victory in your hands.
And yet, to claim it, I must strike. And in striking, I doom thousands to their death.
That is a hard choice.
I do not believe my father would have wished this.
No, definitely not.
Be strong. You know you are just. You must not let the realm fall to those who care for power more than peace.
You can't falter now.
You must prevail.
But if you do that, will people want to follow you?
And who pays the price?
Yeah, man. I guess there's no way to do it without making the small book pay the price.
The dragons will pay the price. Who's here?
I had to see you.
Oh!
Whoa!
What?
Oh, snap. Oh, snap.
Not what I expected.
Yeah. Hot damn.
Who knows? None save my protector. He laid down his sword at your gate.
And she's in blue again.
You think they're going to kiss?
They're going to kiss. And wait, it wasn't scripted.
Ben, I think, mistaken.
In what?
Say it.
I was raised to believe there was an order to things, that there was security in following the path laid out for us. I resented you, I think, for caring so little for any of it, for knowing what you wanted.
Yeah.
I did not know what I wanted. I knew only what was expected of me.
Ooh, confession.
Why have you come here?
Because I lost my way. Or rather, it was taken from me. All those I put my faith in, my husband, my father, my lover, my son.
The incorruptible queen sullies herself with a lover.
Do not judge me for what you yourself have done. Your father died. I took comfort with another. I too have desires.
Yes, but you alone made virtue your banner.
And I clung to it, in defiance of you, I think, who so disdained it.
Woof. Wow. Just have it out. Yep. That's what we gotta do. Let's light some candles.
I have been alone of late. I walked outside the walls of the city and I felt a weight lifted from me.
How lovely for you.
If not for the duty I put before all else.
Shall you cast your son down and rule alone?
No, I do not wish to rule, I wish to live.
Ooh.
To be free of all this endless plotting and striving. The crown will pursue war and victory at any cost. But as for me, I would take my daughter and her child and leave it all behind.
It's too late.
Really cause a situation now.
This is a global thing. Where are you going to go?
Armies march, and you wish to wash your hands of what you yourself set in motion.
The arrogance of blaming me, as if you would not have been challenged regardless.
Did not your hand bring it forth like a midwife?
I did only what I thought your father wanted.
Come on, man. You still got to take responsibility.
Leave us behind, as you say. Wander in the wilderness. What has it got to do with me?
Yep.
Did you come here thinking you would be absolved?
Wow, what a childlike thing to do.
He never stopped loving your mother, you know. He was very fond of me and I of him, but she was the vision that sustained him. His love for her that kept him resolute in his choice of her.
And yet you believe he wavered at the end. Why have you come here?
Aemond will soon fly to join Cole in the Riverlands. When he's gone, Helena as queen will be the crown's authority. If you come then to King's Landing, I will see to it that our guards throw down their arms. We will open the gates. We will shed no blood.
Oh my God, what?
Wow, dude.
What are you proposing right now?
You will enter as a conqueror.
Whoa.
Once you take the throne, this senseless war must end.
I mean, it wouldn't just end like that.
What of Aegon?
Yeah, about him.
He's barely a thing right now.
He's broken beyond recognition. He lies in the dark in pain and terror.
Eternally and physically.
He has many faults, but he still heeds his mother. I believe I can prevail upon him to bend the knee.
No, still. Still you imagine you can have all you want without paying too high a price. A price I have no choice but to pay.
Is to set things right.
Well, you're not going to be able to do that, man.
If I am to take the throne, I must put an end to the opposition.
Yep.
I must take Aegon's head.
Yep.
However you may try to evade it, you know this.
And however little either of us want it.
I mean, I feel like put Aegon out of his misery, man.
I would be a mercy killing for sure.
Choose.
Whoa.
Will you shrink from what you set out to do?
Left side, right side, choose.
Yeah.
Which hand do you choose?
Or will you see it through and make your sacrifice?
You'll still have Aemond.
A son for a son.
No, bringing it back to that. What?
Wow.
Oh, this is going to be so bad.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah.
Let us be done with this.
And what do I do with you now?
You let me go to do what I promised.
Well, let's split that divide.
And you fly to the Red Keep in 3 days' time and you take your throne. Or you take me for a liar. I have neither weapon nor armor. My life itself is forfeit. I cast myself on the mercy of a friend who once loved me.
Oh.
History will paint you a villain.
George R. R. Martin.
A cold queen, grasping for power and then defeated.
Let them think what they must.
Oh.
I am at last myself, with no ambition greater than to walk where I please and to breathe the open air.
Don't read the comments.
To die unremarked and unnoticed and be free.
You speak as if from a distant dream.
Come with me.
My part is here, whether I will or no. It was decided for me long ago.
How did you get here?
You know, editing.
Go.
Oh. Wowie. Oh, beautiful.
I mean, this whole shot and room represents so much.
How far we have come.
Yeah, let's tease season 3.
Yes.
Let's get excited for what we know is not going to happen in this episode.
You guys want dragon battles? Oh, they're coming.
I want to see Ulf.
Yes.
My man.
Looking sharp. In among all those sharp axes.
Just jump on its back.
Yeah. Do a kickflip off the summit and land in the saddle. It's a long fall from a high tower, and we haven't seen Otto once.
Oh my God. That's right, these guys.
The Starks have entered the game. Oh, my man.
I've impregnated many women.
I have many heirs. What a journey you've had in a couple episodes.
Off screen, I think we picked this up during the review. We were both confusing Jason for Tyland at this moment, and he's been off at the Golden Tooth with my man Humphrey. Yeah. Anyway, apply all that stuff we just said to Tyland in a minute.
Wow, look at those shoulder plates. Hey,
they really
filling out.
Really did rebuild.
Hey, my warrior queen by my side. She reminds me of that other Game of Thrones character.
Oh, Alyn.
Wow. Battle for the blockade.
Score is incredible.
Come on.
Jump on it. Rebel Moon style.
Jump on its back. Tame the hippogriff. Yes. Damn, it's got all that dappling on the side.
What the hell? Oh my God.
Man. He lives.
In prison?
He lives.
Oh, shit.
Has he just become a drunk somewhere? So friggin' epic.
Oh, listen to a damn cathedral right now.
Let's go.
They got away.
Wow. I mean, this is getting me very hyped for season 3, I gotta say. Ooh! Throwing those Celtic winds. Whoa! Oh, what a shot!
Great.
Damn! What a match. Oh my god. Oh, what great 2 shots to end on.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
She's so enshrined in this lattice of lineage and
and she gets to be free.
And then Alicent just has endless horizons. Crazy. Except also some very difficult tasks ahead of her.
For their ambitions, at least.
Yeah.
All right, wow.
Well, let's break it down.
Reject Nation, as a business owner, I'm actually terrible at tracking finances, believe it or not. It's something I work on a lot because I can be forgetful. I can have terrible oversight when it comes to tracking things. And I'm sure you can understand the immense hatred that comes with the feeling of forgetting to pay for something, or the feeling of consistently paying for something you forget to cancel, or something that you just simply haven't thought about in a while, so you keep paying for it, which is the same thing as what I just said. Anyway, that's why I started using Rocket Money about a year and a half ago, and that's today's sponsor. And it's always cool to be partnered up with a product that you've already been using before you start doing a sponsorship with them, because it makes it more natural. But seriously, Rocket Money has taken care of a lot of the thinking for me and has been a massive lifesaver. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that simplifies managing money by canceling unnecessary subscriptions, lowering bills. Rocket Money does the heavy lifting by analyzing your spending, then customizes notifications to help you stay within your budget goals. I was relieved to know that over 74% of people, not 75, but 74 specifically, forget about subscriptions they do not use. I was paying for things I don't even remember subscribing to. Odds are with some free trial that I forgot to cancel. But one of the best things about Rocket Money is it finds those things and makes it effortless to cancel. What I really love about Rocket Money is organization. It keeps everything in one place. Imagine seeing all your subscriptions with just a tap and being able to cancel the ones you don't want. It even compares your spending month to month, so it's been able to help me stay on track with bettering my spending. And one of the great benefits too, I can absolutely attest to this, Rocket Money can also negotiate lower bills for you up to 20%. With over 5 million users and $500 million saved in canceled subscriptions, it's helped people on average save up to $740 a year. So stop wasting money on things you don't use, like old Greg did. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/rejects. Once again, that's rocketmoney.com/rejects. Help up your game and being financially responsible and reap the dang benefits, people.
People, we've made it. 8 episodes. A lot has happened. But you know what hasn't happened yet is you leaving a 5-star rating on Apple or Spotify or wherever you might be listening to this. You don't have to leave 5 stars, but it is a nice suggestion, just, you know, in case you feel compelled and you don't know where to start. G!
I'm getting comfortable.
You look comfortable in that nifty RejectNationShop.com Team Red t-shirt. that you could get right now if you wanted to, and you could tag us in it on the social medias, or you could be bold like me and say what we're all really thinking, which is is Team Green. Duh. It's where the public opinion court congregates. Gee, what did you think of the finale of season 2, House of the Dragon on HBO?
I'm really grateful we get good television.
I am grateful. That's a great place to start. Yeah.
I feel like this episode was a solid way to conclude this specific season. You know, I imagine that with the way last season ended, unless you're a book reader, maybe you were more prepared for this. The way last season ended, I was under the impression going in this was going to just be like pedal to the metal, you know, and it wasn't that. Yeah, we had like a couple of really great dragon moments, but it wasn't what the
wasn't all out war is on. It's still
it
like
was more like, are we going to war? We're going to war. Yeah, I think we're definitely in war, right? Yeah.
This is boiling into physical conflicts that seem to be hearkening toward a war.
yeah, and there's about forming armies and alliances primarily. And the setup for the next season is really strong, especially when you have to like introduce some new characters along the way who are going to be very integral to the plot. I feel like this, because the story is obviously not done, that it's appropriate for a show to end, because there's like several ways you can do a show. You know, a lot of times like a season ends and it feels like, okay, it can end here. A lot of times when seasons end of shows, it can feel that way. Or it feels like this very specific chapter of this tale has been told. This does feel like a part 1, and to where season 3 will probably feel like a part 2. Like season 1 felt like a complete season to me.
Oh, that's a good point.
And this feels like intentional, I would say. At the same time, it does feel like a part 1 for what is to be an epic part 2. And I liked it a lot. I thought there was some just really great scene work. I mean, the acting is just phenomenal. I think it's really cool to end off an episode or a season of House of the Dragon where a lot of times people are like clamoring for the bits of, you know, more dragon shit and all that, to make it just primarily really damn good acting, some amazing scene work. I think Emma Darcy is just phenomenal. Anytime I rewatch an episode of House of the Dragon 2, of season 2, as I think every episode I've rewatched, like I've just had to, and every time I do, I just constantly think to myself, like, man, they are phenomenal. They really do hold this show down. And watching what they just did in this episode as well, they're easily my favorite performer on the show. And 100%. It's cool to see, like, the lead character is my personal favorite because of their just commanding performance and the amount of the shades of variety. I love how much they take their time, too, with their dialogue and their responses. It's so good. So, yeah, I feel like this is really Emma Darcy's season.
Sure.
And
it's cool, too, that like it's like a lightning in a bottle in a lot of ways, because you need somebody who really can carry the weight of like every other character in some way, shape, or form, focusing on you. And yeah, like, I don't know. There's something lovely, I think, when, you know, there are a lot of big characters and stuff, and this season certainly has had episodes that have focused much more heavily on other characters, but Emma Darcy's presence is always so looming and so potent, and like, yeah, the amount of nuance but restraint that they show in so many different moments, like the little, you know, the little expressions of the face and body language and performance are really wonderful. And I love the way that scene concluded between her and Alicent at the end. And Olivia Cooke, I think, is a really strong performer, too. And the way that conversation ended almost wordlessly, like they both kind of choked the word out. But yeah, it ultimately culminates in something that's beyond words. And that scene, I kept sitting there thinking to myself, like, how did they shoot this? Like, did they set up a couple cameras in a few strategic places and just let this breathe and get it from all angles at once, so that you don't have to worry about, you know, piecing it together the same way, so the performances can really shine opposite one another? Like, there's so many moments it just felt like they were taking time, even in editing, to like use that breath and space in the room. And I think, like, you know, it kind of reminds me of that thing they say about music, about where you don't put notes is just as important as where you do put notes. And sometimes it's just as important to focus in on those little moments where people's wheels are turning, even though they're not necessarily doing or saying the thing right away. But yeah, and especially just because, Rhaenyra is the whole, fulcrum of everything. Like, you need a performer who can really, bear that weight and be present even when not present and seem like they can somehow, are worth all of this fuss. And I think Emma Darcy really embodies all the things that make that really work amid, a sea of great performers that they've compiled here.
Like Daemon.
I this is a season I'm going to be interested to kind of digest over the coming days and see how I feel about the totality of it. But I do appreciate, as much as that has been the kind of dog point of the season, is Daemon's just wandering around Harrenhal, losing his mind a little bit and withering poor Simon Strong away. But I like what that ultimately led to, and I feel like there are a lot of distinct beats and moments and sequences they have laced through the season with that. It's maybe not the most rollicking plot line or the most fan satisfying in terms of the things we got to see Daemon do and represent in the first season, but I thought that his presence and that arc is one of the clearest things this season did in a lot of ways once you get to the end there. But I don't know, were you satisfied by it, or did you think it was stretched out? Or
the entire story of Daemon?
Yeah,
definitely think it was stretched out.
Okay.
I don't think it needed to be as prolonged as it was. I love the scene. I think it's a great scene, and it is cathartic. And watching him, uproariously side with her was an excellent moment. I thought it was really strong. But the journey getting there was wonky. It was really up and down. Even this idea of rallying Harrenhal to the growth that it has with rebuilding and the army, I don't really feel like we get to witness that or feel it. When you look at every part of Rhaenyra's journey of forming alliances, every one of those feels so earned and cool, no matter who it is, even if it's small scale. It's really cool. And Harrenhal are like, oh yeah, it's just freaking big now,
Suddenly there's so many more extras here.
There's the Blackwoods and them and fought and they've solved that, or Bracken, I was like, all right, cool.
A few other houses who have shown up.
Yeah, and then for what seemed like an obvious arc that it was going to, that he would eventually just land on. I mean, the show had me only question it for a split second when he didn't bend the knee right away, but I was like, I feel like it's just gonna land where he is in full support of her, and it did. I guess we needed a season for it. I do think that it's a little like I've said before. I think what's great is separating them for so long has allowed Emma Darcy to really shine, because if you remember the journey of season 1, everyone just only talked about Matt Smith primarily. It was like Matt Smith, Daemon. Those memes of I'm here for the plot of the show. Picture of Matt Smith. It was his journey, and then I feel like they've. That's the one part
really took that criticism to heart.
It's the one part of the show that I feel like kind of diminished. Was the enthusiasm around Daemon specifically. Sure. It's just nowhere near as intriguing or as exciting to watch. Almost every other character was way more interesting to watch. Even a Lannister random side quest journey.
Oh my god, Tyland
Lannister. Yeah, so I do think in totality, the scene itself is great that we got here. However, I do think the journey was a bit wonky. Cool, you got to learn about the Song of Ice and Fire.
Yeah.
And you got to see all that. And I'm not, as an audience member, particularly moved by characters who are suddenly moved by winter is coming, because we've witnessed that, and then upon witnessing that, it wasn't that epic.
I kept thinking during that montage, unless you're also going to work in a promise that we're gonna somehow redo that but better, then this all is I couldn't help but think of that too.
And so I'm not particularly swayed into oh wow, and that's another reason why I feel like the arc of him is not as profound, even though he's a changed man.
I like where they took it with him, but I do think that across the season they could have and probably should have made it richer. You can still feel, I like that it felt lonely. I like the witchcraft element, and we're getting a little bit surreal, and there's some kind of, symbolism on top of, dream logic, blah, blah. All that stuff's great.
I agree.
But yeah, like seeing him there often amounts to like, we're just sitting at the table and he's grouching at these 4 people who are here to help him. And like, I feel like it starts to pick up momentum, especially when you get that whole Sir Oscar or whatever his name is, the kid in the previous episode, and you get the other houses actually there. Like you have the thing with the Brackens and the Blackwoods, but even that kind of feels a bit detached. Like I feel like there are many more things you could have done in that area to, that could be just as lonely, but could still feel like Daemon is here doing physically a lot and not just killing a bunch of time and hallucinating whenever we happen to check back in with him.
At times it felt like a stage play, and I don't mean that in a complimentary way.
Sure, I can see that.
Yeah, it actually made the whole thing feel like less consequential and smaller.
And I think if they had done more, I felt like if they had maybe gone even more cinematic with some of it and just involved more of the elements that he's there to work with, somehow like could have also enhanced the will he won't he sort of allegiance question too, because I feel like if we isolate him for too long and we have him going through all these formative things, it kind of just zeroes in on the whole like, well, it'll just come down to the point where he goes yes or no.
Wow.
But if there are other aspects of his mission here that can teach him also, that could have been more rich and more interesting.
I love the tense dynamics with Jace, Ulf, and Hugh.
Yes.
That is really interesting stuff to me.
And Adam.
Watching, and Adam too. He doesn't really speak up.
He's to the side. He got to do this before Jace found out, so he's fine.
And he wasn't part of like the competition for like the bastard dragons. It's just like showed up one day.
Yeah, he gets the right to show up and be like, I had nothing to do with this. Don't blame me.
Yeah.
And related to the hand of the queen, so we're okay there.
I am anticipating some type of weird flipperoo of things.
Yes,
because like it seems like they're setting up Ulf to be this real disdainful thing in their quest, in this growth trajectory, and then maybe wanting to compete for something else. But I feel like it'll flip to Hugh down the road.
Hugh definitely seems like the one who I would count on to be noble, and I could easily see Ulf being swayed or pulled in some direction. I'm also,
that's why I think they're going to flip it.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, I think that you set them up to be like Hugh's the more noble one and stuff. But I don't know. I like Hugh a lot. I think Hugh's great. And Ulf was so off-putting this episode.
This is the most off-putting he's been.
This is the first. I'm like, Dan, you're way more obnoxious than ever. Like, I've never found you this obnoxious. Yeah.
And you've known well enough. I can understand the character having a chip on his shoulder, because obviously there's a lot in here about, like, when you watch the nobles who sired you just strolling about, while you suffer.
Yeah.
I get why he would want to kind of mouth off in that position, but he's shown himself to be tactful enough. I guess it is just the element of power, because he seems to be able to read a room better than that typically, or at least in the scenes we've seen him in up till now.
He seemed kind of a buffoon this time.
Yeah, he seemed like forcibly, and they do one of those like comedy things where he's like, I feel like he made some crack there about like, oh, you can have a laugh or whatever, and I'm like, I feel like it's a bit beyond that. You got to know that you're being a bit of an oaf.
Yeah.
Oaf. But I am curious to see what becomes of them, and I like that we address the idea of like, oh yeah, we were so focused on just finding them at all, and now you got to understand that now these are personalities to be wrangled, these are allegiances to maintain, and like, yeah, you have a lot of leverage with the dragon, but so do they, depending on what the relationship with the dragon becomes. And so like there is that variable element. And then, across the pond, everybody's trying to get Helena to take up her dragon and all that. And I really like that sequence between her and Aemond, where she completely tells him her vision of the future and how insignificant he is to it. And it does make me wonder, I guess, if she is actually going to get flipped at some point. I guess that's a pretty low-hanging fruit in terms of like things you could predict. But because she shows up in Daemon's vision and is like the capper on that, where obviously she, I feel like, has kind of a mental connection to whatever he's experiencing there anyway, just through clairvoyance and witchcraft. But it also seems like that is a dragon to be flipped, and she seems like a character who is just so much more poised to thrive and maybe just be less generally put upon, at Dragonstone or under Rhaenyra's banner instead.
Yeah, I thought she gave a great performance this episode. She's usually kind of sheepish.
Yeah.
And this is, and sometimes kind of, I don't know, space-headed, in a way.
Yeah, like off in her own little world almost.
Yeah, and this was the first time I felt like she was incredibly present, even like when her son was killed.
Yeah.
It's like you could tell her mind is sort of elsewhere. And it's like 1 foot in, 1 foot out with her mind. And she seemed incredibly attuned to the interaction she was having with Aemond.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a really strong moment. And Aemond, the scene with him and Alicent when he's going off on her, like there's a lot of turmoil within. And Aemond, he's awful.
He is awful. He's awful. And there was a lot in this too about, I guess some of that you might benefit.
How did she produce such terrible children?
How the worst children possible.
They seem like the cliche inbred children of like evil things that you worry about in the Game of Thrones, where we're like, but you're not. I mean, some of that blood's in there, but
yeah.
They're a Hightower and a Targaryen. Like, why are you guys all freaks?
Yeah,
except for Helena. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Why are
but
two
she's
of you
freaky
freaks?
in her own way.
Yeah.
She's
And then that
freaky in
third
her
brother
own way.
they keep building and they haven't cast yet, so they haven't.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
I imagine that's why we haven't seen him yet, or they're really building. They've been building him up so much.
Yeah, we got a few characters looming on the horizon. Whatever that. What is the name? I keep Daeron or something like that. And we got. I don't know if it'll be next season, but I keep hearing Cregan Stark will be a thing. So maybe
That's what I keep hearing too.
At some point on the horizon. I liked your little sign off there with Criston Cole and Alicent's brother. I thought that was kind of it's been a fun ride with Cole because like from here and now, I don't really, I'm interested to see what happens with him. He seems to have completed some kind of arc of nihilism where he's come out the other side and has been humbled by how atrocious everything is, and is now just sort of walking in the direction he's been pointed in without any real haste or worry. But I do like the arc of his performance, and after being so easily hateable and despicable for so long, it's been cool to watch this flavor emerge from the performance at the very least.
Yeah, he's feeling a lot of despair. He's just empty. He's an empty human being at this moment. And it's nice seeing that.
He had it coming, but you know what? It puts me at ease. It puts me at peace.
Even when he's threatened with a blade from the brother of the woman he's banging.
Yeah.
He's not even reacting to it.
No, he's so far beyond that now. He's seen so much, too much. Lena, is it Lena or Bela?
I don't remember. I know you're talking about.
She's gotten the dragon at the end. That's fun.
No. The season 3 opens up and the dragon just swallows her.
Yes, she's gonna get burned up to a crisp. And then the lady Aaron, who's been up the hill this whole time, she's gonna come down and claim the dragon for the worst house possible. And then I like that other scene with her sister telling off Jace and bringing him back around and being like, hey, you really want to get your bastard ship taken care of? Just like go above and beyond to be as good as you can be at all your duty and responsibility. So
Lannister was a fun watch.
Yeah,
that
man.
pirate lady's awesome.
Mud fight. Who was the pirate lady in Game of Thrones? Wasn't there like a super...
There's a pirate lady in Game of Thrones. I don't remember Game of
Yeah,
Thrones that well.
yeah.
I barely remember this.
Oh, well, yeah. There's a pirate lady who shows up later on in the show who's kind of a badass or whatever. She kind of reminded me of her. But yeah.
I think I got a vague image in my head.
Yeah. She's wearing a lot of gray. I think she runs into Theon or somebody at some point. Yeah, she maybe. Yeah. Or at least she's heavily involved with them because they're always at sea. But yeah, I like that. A whole interlude. Was that Essos or Pentos? I get those mixed up too. But yeah, like being in the tropics for a minute there. And
well, he was the master of ships.
Yeah.
So he wasn't the general, right? Like the master of ships is the one who's actually council.
He's, but because they're brothers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or twins, yeah.
Yes. I'm going to have to go back and look at some of the geography of that.
Because there was like the general leading the Lannisters before who we saw, and that's the one who is the one in the field.
Yeah,
and then the
that's
master
right.
of ships,
who goes to the one guy and he's all arrogant and he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna march whenever Aegon shows up or Aemond shows up."
We didn't see him there at King's Landing, so
Yeah.
I imagine. I could be. I don't know. We usually
No, I think you
every
are right.
episode we get one thing wrong.
Sure, at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that would make the most sense because I'm remembering now. He meets up with the guy who's in the. They have like the bluer robes, and he's like, "We're gonna just hang out and drink all your
I
drink."
got army of 500. We have 1,000.
Yeah, sure. And then the stuff at sea though was in the tropics there on the beach. It was just so bright and so different. And I was like, "Oh yeah, this must exist out here, mustn't it?" And their whole mud fight / cannibalism fake out was fun.
It's interesting to get you endeared to them because out of all the battles that they were teasing to come, that was the one where I'm like, oh, I don't want any of them to die.
I know.
It was the pirate lady and Lannister.
I like Tyland Lannister.
And then you cut to Alyn and Corlys. They're like, oh, I mean, if I have to choose a side, I'm going to choose Alyn and Corlys.
But yeah.
Give me a moment. I actually like these two.
But I did catch myself partway into the episode, partway into that first chunk going, oh, yeah, these are technically the people I've been rooting against this whole time. Like, this guy is so fish out of water here, and he's like so... he seems so like freaked out by everything that's happening, even while he's holding his own, and it's like you can't help but be endeared to his like underdog nature and the fact that outside the council, even though as far as Lannisters go and from association with the Lannisters of Game of Thrones, these ones seem a bit more subdued. Even still, like I was like, oh wow, we are so out of your element here by comparison, and I think that was a fun, endearing choice.
I feel like Helena's prophesizing is all going to come true. I feel like if we just want to know what's going to happen, we just listen to what she's saying.
Yeah.
That Aegon will sit on the throne again.
I can see it. And he's out with Larys. They're out here.
It's crazy plotting.
It makes me very excited for what season 3 could be, and it makes me I've really been enjoying House of the Dragon thus far. And it has a lot of the great earmarks of Game of Thrones. There's some great dramatic writing and performing and all that stuff. And there's some great scopic battles. I do kind of look forward to maybe the map feeling bigger and more alive and more fleshed out. Because, there's still, this show does carry over a bit of that, like, how long does it take to get places? And, like, what is the actual passage of time? Whereas, like, the original Game of Thrones had that, for me, very well calcified for much of it.
Yeah.
You really felt distance. You really felt kind of how broad and how different each of these places could be. And I would be cool to have some more of that, especially because the end montage is so much like, man, we're going to be in all kinds of places following all kinds of different plot lines that are about to collide. So.
Yeah. And then I think like the last thing would be Adam's monologue.
Oh, yeah.
Where all that pent up hurt and pain finally comes out of him.
Yeah.
It's like I like Corlys' performance when he's interacting with them, whoever the actor is, because he's got that thing where it's obvious he kind of wants to connect.
Yeah.
He wants to reach out, and he keeps going via being the way of the commander.
Nah,
and
I can't.
He won't allow himself to go all the way.
Yeah.
To do the marathon here, and then to have that trigger moment for Alyn where it's like, hey, you've already pretty much made it clear you're obviously my dad. And to lay it all out on the table, all that pain in that monologue was a really, really well done one. It did make me wonder if they kind of told him about this monologue and they wanted him to build that up throughout it. Because he's been kind of so internal and so subtle this entire season. And then to be called on for, hey, you kind of got like a shit attitude. The crew members don't really like the way you act. You don't inspire. And a big part of being able to inspire would be having to get in tune with the way you actually think and feel and be able to communicate that. And that is like a first step to being a real leader. It's like doing that fucking conversation. That was great. That was a really strong moment.
It was. That actor did a terrific job who plays Alyn there. He's like the little... You could really... I would absolutely not be surprised if what you're speculating is the case, because there's just so much in every little facial tick and line delivery. Like, I love that, and I'm looking forward to maybe, hopefully, more, I don't know, expounding on whatever relationship there is to be had from here with them. But yeah, I thought that was a very strong scene.
Well, like bastard children in this world are so disposable, you know.
Yeah, and there's so many, and they're like it's only a few lines of circumstance that could separate you from always being looked down upon, but like with some luxuries in your life versus always being looked down upon in a gutter.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? Yeah, and I think they make that pretty dang compelling.
Absolutely.
There's one more thing that came to mind before we close this out. But it's eluding me now. Darn. Corlys Velaryon, boy. Well, gang, what did you think of the episodes? No, it was good. Gee, hold on. What was it? I don't know. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining us.
Alice Rivers.
Alice, I liked her a lot. No, it wasn't her. That's the thing. That Alicent sneaks in. That's one thing about this season that was a bit funky to me, and I do love both those scenes. But there is a certain thing of like Alicent and Rhaenyra can kind of sneak in wherever they want, and because they did it off screen, it's fine. But I'm like, and I don't doubt that there's a way to do it.
Well, they better explain it with Rhaenyra, when she puts on the outfit to look like the nun or whatever.
Yeah, but I think we could have spent a little time at least showing that like that's not all it takes. You know, like there's still going to be an intense like sneaking, you know, like you could be made at any moment kind of experience. And I think the punch of Alicent showing up was really cool.
Yeah,
because it was such a whoa, not what I was expecting at all kind of moment. But I couldn't help but wonder. And I know she says, like, we laid down our sword at the gate. So they must have just been let right in, and maybe Massaria or something. That's another, just for the thread of the season. I thought she's been great, Massaria. Yeah. But it's one of those things where I'm just like, how did you get it? Who let you in? Like, how did it be that you could just sneak up on your own?
That's true.
Is just one of those little nitty pickies. But yeah, other than that, it's been terrific. It's been a joy, at least, like you said at the top of this review, to have quality TV, even if episodes have their ups, their downs, if storylines could be better or worse. This is top-notch. The costumes, the cinematography, the locations, the armors, the acting, all of it superb. Leave us your thoughts down below, gang, and we'll catch you who knows when for part 2 of Season 2 of House of the Dragon. Dracarys.